Why are we all so tired and burnt out, even though life is technically easier than ever? I really started noticing this constant misalignment between physical and mental exhaustion and overwhelm when we moved to the US. Because everything here is convenient and you don't really have to do much yourself anymore. You drive everywhere, you sit a lot, food is ready in minutes, and remote jobs are taking over. And some of us don't have to leave the house for a month if they don't want to. And then when we have the time to finally rest and calm down, then we sit down and scroll. And still, even though life became so super convenient, everybody somehow feels exhausted. So many people have mental health issues, and it feels like everybody is super exhausted and just minutes away from burnout. And we are all not like, oh my God, I worked hard all day, like physically exhausted. It's a different kind of exhaustion. It's hard to frame for me as a non-native speaker, but it feels more like our souls are empty and tired, not our body. So this video is going to be about what the heck is actually going on and what can we do about this to feel better. But before we really dive in, let me reintroduce myself to the ones that don't know me already. My name is Uta. I'm a German immigrant living here in the US. I'm here to help you learn or to relearn the wisdom and basics of simple living from our grandparents that some of us never learned or basically just forgot. And on this channel, I'm trying to inspire you to live a more German grandma style of life, to simplify your life and lower your bills. So it's easy to assume that we're tired because we do too much. Too many tasks at work, too many things to do in our family and social life. And yes, expectations, especially for families, have definitely risen over the last years. And the support system a lot of our parents and grandparents had is fading slowly away. But honestly, a lot of us actually don't do a lot physically anymore. We have actually the lowest rate of field workers and hard manual labor workers ever in human history because machines are doing a lot for us. But what we do instead is consuming a lot of micro information and making decisions all day. Did I reply to this email fast enough? What do I need to buy to be on trend? Am I falling behind on my finances or on my career or on my life goals? What new show has been released that I want to catch up with? What's going on in the world? Is there another war breaking out? What kind of social pressure is there that I want to keep up with? None of those feels like a big deal, but the constant stream of information and tiny demands that our surroundings want from us just never stops, and your brain never really gets a break. And when we end the day, we think we rest, but what we actually do is we switch to another form of input. We sit down, we pick up the phone, we scroll a bit, and our brains are still working, still processing, still reacting. At first, it might feel relaxing because you're sitting down and your brain reacts with a lot of dopamine to all this new information. But when you actually have the strength to get out of your TikTok doom scrolling, you actually feel more drained than before. And this, combined with the fact that we barely ever use our bodies anymore, is actually not a really good combination. The average adult sits around 9 to 11 hours a day. And if you include evenings, it can be even up to 12. And then you lie down and sleep another 8. So you basically only have 4 hours a day where you're actively moving your body. And that's so strange because in nature, only sick animals behave like that. Healthy animals would move, they would walk around, they would take a nap, but then they would stand up again and move and try to find food or socialize with their group. And we are not sick and we are not physically exhausted, but our lifestyle kind of looks like it. And then our body starts to react with losing muscle, messy hormones, and a not stable mental health. If you want, let me know in the comments if you feel kind of the same and what is draining the most energy in your modern life at the moment. Now that we talked about it and know that sitting around waiting for the next DoorDash to arrive and waiting for the next dopamine hit from a TikTok is not really good for us, what are we going to do about that? I often think about the times that my grandparents grew up in and what they taught me when I was younger. And I know that this can easily sound like oh yeah, in the 80s everything was better video, but I just think that there is a lot of wisdom in what our grandparents did, and that there's something that we are all somehow yearning for or craving in this lifestyle that we can relearn. Just for example, my grandma, she knew everything about everyone. Who moved into which house, who married whom, what the kids are doing nowadays. She could even remember all the street names. And yes, you could call that nosy, or you could just call it community. Our grandparents still actually had the brain capacity to save things in their brain. Today, our brains are so full that sometimes you can't even remember the name of the partner of one of your best friends. And life in general was just more limited. They didn't have to do all those micro choices that we have to do nowadays. There were no strawberries in winter, and you actually looked forward to things. You looked forward to go to the city and buy a special item. You looked forward to a special season. Like the first cherries in summer, those were always the best for me, and now we can have them everywhere at all times whenever we want. And somehow it makes nothing feel really exciting and special anymore. There was also way less comparison. My grandparents didn't compare their tiny existence to the best highlight moments of 100 people and their existence. Of course, your one highlight from one day of course feels bad when you compare it to the 100 highlights of 100 persons that you see today on social media. So there was no scrolling through perfect homes, perfect bodies, perfect meals. Even things like dating were simpler. You have so many options, again, micro decisions that your brain has to compute. You can swipe and you feel like there's always a better option waiting, and we totally unlearned to be satisfied with what we actually got and what is already in there in our life. And my grandparents, they read their newspaper once a week on a Sunday, and my grandma always waited for 3 months for her favorite yarn magazine to order her favorite yarn to, what is this called? I have to look up this word. And that was it. So no constant updates, no constant news flash, and not endless shopping options. Today, most of us have more stuff piled up in their homes than they could ever use in their whole life. And all these things want our attention. They need maintenance. They need access to our time, which is stressing us on top. When I came to this realization, I made some pretty harsh decisions for my life. I actually deleted all social media apps from my phone, so I can only access Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube on my laptop. I decluttered my whole home to reduce the amount of maintenance I have to put in the stuff I own. And I spend as much time as I can outside. It just feels different when you're doing something with your bare hands, when you dig in the dirt, when you're gardening something, when you actually have to wait for 6 months until a pumpkin is ready and you have all this anticipation. This just calms your soul down, and it's so soul nurturing that you actually created something instead of consuming something. And even if you don't have a yard, you can start with something simple. Maybe just put your phone away in the morning when you have your breakfast. Just try to really appreciate the bread you're having. Put butter on it and appreciate your kids playing, your kids being loud. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's real. And you will see that you will probably have more energy after your breakfast. I hope this doesn't sound too much as a complaint about the modern life. I just feel like we all kind of know what's going on, but just a few people have the actual strength and the willingness to step out of those circles, because I mean, it's so convenient. At first it feels good, but over time it just wastes our lives. I don't think we're tired because we're doing too much. Our grandparents were working on the fields for hours, and of course they felt another way of exhaustion, but not this life soul draining exhaustion that we feel nowadays. I think we're tired because we're overstimulated and at the same time underused and under-needed. Too much input, too much sitting, too much consuming, and too little creating. And maybe the solution isn't that you're radically doing a 5 a.m. morning routine or that you're trying to become that girl. Maybe it's just stepping back a little, like relearning, just being more aware of people live earlier and how nature intended us to be and to live, because our bodies, they didn't adapt to all this modern life over the years. Like, evolution is not that fast. Maybe just try to reduce the scrolling, reduce the shopping and the overconsumption, and instead go outside, try to fill it with real conversations, like with gardening, with your hobbies, like doing something with your body. And of course, in the beginning, because our brains are so dopamine addicted, maybe reality won't feel as good as the virtual world will, but it will come back over time. If this video did something for you or inspired you to change at least like a little bit in your life, then I'm already happy. And if you want, follow me, subscribe me, and like the video. That actually helps me to share even more of my recipes and wisdoms in the future with you guys. And I would love to see you in the next video.